What's up, Renegade Nation? Before we begin the video, I'd like to give a big shout out to our most recent Patreon supporters, BakaBread, Jacobus06, Sam Phelps, Ernesto Membreno, Red Steel Moss, Locus Corellius, King Joe, Anthony Vang, Jesse Dooley, Marshall Selden, Marvoius, Benito Osuna, GodzillaMan97, Mikael Fernandez, Greg Capazzoli, Jamar Jefferson, Lady Susano, and Nick Barnard. Thank you all very much for your support. And if you want to support us on Patreon, feel free to click the link below to find out more. We'll see you there. World of Tanks is a game I have never played.
Same.
I used to play tank games back in the day. There was actually a game on, I think it was PlayStation 2 that I played with a friend of mine. And I almost never won that game because he had played that game a lot and pretty much rinsed me every time because he knew which hillsides that you could actually fire through. Because you know how normally like tank battles work, you have to like hit the arc over a hilltop in order to really get the hit the right angle. He actually knew the ones that didn't have collision on them, so he actually fired through them. He just cheesed me out every time because he's an asshole. Love you, Andrew. Yeah, that's his name. His name was Andrew, and he was cool.
I think from what I've heard about this game has some crappy monetization on it, though.
It does. That's one thing.
It's one of the reasons I never played it.
Well, there was actually you want to know how shitty the behavior of the creator of the games was? This guy, who was actually one of the most famous World of Tanks streamers, when he heard about the release of this pretty much world beater tank, like you could buy this tank for, I forget how much it was, but you could buy this tank and it'd pretty much guarantee you a win.
That's stupid.
To which his response was pretty much, how about you go fuck yourself? This is bullshit. This is nonsense. The people who created the game were so salty over the fact that he said something, they went to Twitch and told Twitch to pretty much ban him.
Wow.
And they did. And I'm not saying that things changed after that, but apparently this guy threatened to file a lawsuit against them for taking his channel down, and Twitch let him back up, and now apparently at that company heads did in fact roll, and now they're taking steps to make the game better. I don't know though. I don't know 100%. Anyway, TheRussianBadger got into this game, and this one was actually very highly asked about on our Discord. There were actually a lot of upvotes on it. So we decided to give it a shot because the other Badger does more than play Rainbow Six, guys. He also plays Warhammer games. For instance, he played Warhammer 40K, and he also played Space Hulk Deathwing, which I've got now, and which Nick has got it too. And we may be looking for some brothers to go on an adventure with us here soon. So stay tuned for that. But Tactical Fried Chicken is the name of this video, and it is in World of Tanks. And let's see what old Berger is getting into on this. Here we go.
I'm just saying, if physical energy can be turned into thermal energy, how hard would I have to punch a chicken to cook it?
I don't know. That's actually a legit question.
I've heard something like that before.
It's only funny, Jono, because I can picture you just throwing haymakers at like a raw frozen chicken that hasn't even been thawed out yet.
I can't believe it's not butter.
World of Tanks, a game that I've been playing for so long that I can basically hear the Xbox voice compression from 2010.
Oh, did you down the bit rate?
Why did you down the bit rate so it sounds like we're on Xbox Live?
Guys, vote for Nuketown. Vote for Nuketown. Play Nuketown. God, this is so fucking dumb.
Xbox Smash. But in the 9 years since then, the game has become one of the most beautiful free-to-plays around, with redesigned maps, remastered music, and tanks from 11 countries, including Italy and Poland. Hell yeah! So there's never been a better time to give it a shot, and if you're new, using the invite code TANKTASTIC at the link below will land you a premium tank, 500 gold, 7 premium days, and boosters/consumables to snack on. Don't forget that it's free to play, so there's no harm in trying it out, and thank you to Wargaming for sponsoring this video. Things started out as they usually do, with us poking fun at a branch of the military in the pregame lobby, like the United States Marine Corps and their addiction to crayons. I can picture that, Gross. You're just surrounded by MREs, but you're out of crayons. Platoon sergeant said we're gonna fucking starve to death.
Approaches quartermaster. What do you got for me? I don't have any crayons in. God damn it, you're useless.
And after you guys kept commenting that American tanks now have mandatory deep fryers for making fried chicken on the front lines, in the last video, we couldn't get the image of wet grease and chicken out of our heads. Wet ammo rack class 1, just keeping all your big ass shells wet so that they're easier to rack. That's great. Can you elaborate on what a wet ammo rack means? Well, we got the last dude to have a bucket. His hands are still wet, just loading them some bitches in there about 50% faster.
Bust a bunker from half a click out. Call me hardened, baby. I'm hitting 3.
Rounds just fires it while it's still
That's
in
a
the
sports
air.
reference
Looks
right
his
there.
gunner right in the eyes, wet as its eyes glow red.
Wet.
So we figured if we're gonna make it wet, then why not go with the most badass sounding tier 5 available, the Wolverine, which we fondly called the Wet Wolverine.
Wolverine! Hit him, Badger. Shoot him.
I hit him. I hit him. I need some backup with my homeboy to the left.
Like Chief told you.
Oh, critical
Why does that
damage.
tank look like my grandmother's sofa right in front of him?
Yes.
He kind of does.
Yes. There it is, boys. There it is, boys. Fire up the deep fryer. 3 minutes later, you sure. I love that taste of victory, Sarge.
You know, the expression finger licking good actually comes from when Colonel Sanders was bullseyeing Krauts with his Wolverine.
Damn.
Oh, baby, out in the open. He's going down. One more, and he's out of here. Wet. Holding up double triples with your fingers.
Careful, that's a white power symbol now.
Dubs, trips. You already know what's up.
So stupid.
Wet.
I know, right?
Enemy spotted. Enemy
Right
spotted.
here.
Boom, baby. There
Oh, dead.
Wet. From the 3-point line.
Wet. Game over. Look at that. From a performance perspective, it was amazing, but I still kind of hate you guys for the deep fryer comments because our conversation slowly descended into arguing if you should be able to use a bucket of chicken as a fountain drink container. The only thing more noble than eating chicken out of a bucket is filling up your fountain drink.
Wow.
I mean, I bought a large bucket. Does that not mean I get a large soda?
The bucket is your drink, sir.
Free refills, right? God bless America.
I want you to know that you saying that, I can feel my heart like pump,
Like that's a possibility that I haven't thought of at my local strip mall. I'm feeling mild cardiac arrest right now. After we didn't come up with a definitive answer, we were locked and ready for another round. Some of us more than others. Ready. Knowing where you live in the United States, your particular state, Goose, I know that's a real firearm.
You bet your goddamn ass. I got.
Guarantee he's from the South.
Probably. He
Hey,
sounds
man.
southern.
Hey, I got guns.
a strap.
I'm from the South.
Right here with me, big man. It is ready to go.
Don't worry.
It's like-
the safety's on.
You know how to use that, Goose? You keep loading it like you're just ejecting. You're just ejecting live rounds. I can hear them hitting the.
Just the way Nana taught me.
Uber charging shotgun.
Jesus Christ. The more you pump it, the harder it hits, right?
My family's idea of
It's not a BB
silverware
gun,
is
dude.
226 at the dinner table.
Honey, can you pass the entire shells?
And at this point, we were just beyond.
Honestly, here's the thing. None of us, whenever Micah is here, none of us know if he's actually carrying or not. That's how good, he's got a concealed carry permit, and I've seen him some days, he'll walk in here, you know, like normal and all that, and I'll just be like, he's like, hey Mike, how you doing? And he's like, I'm doing good, and then we'll talk for about a good hour or so, and then he'll be like, hold on a second, and he'll reach behind him, and he'll literally pull his gun out in its holster, and like lay it down on the counter, and he'll just be like, okay, sorry, that was really digging into my back a little bit. And I'll just be like, you had that on this whole time? He's like, I never go outside without protection.
I don't blame him.
I don't either. There's a bunch of crazies in the world, especially around here. Nothing but a bunch of pill heads, meth heads, and crazy people.
Yep.
But sorry, getting back to it.
Saving. Like, you know how people call them rose-colored glasses where you only see the world pleasantly? Well, we were like that, but roasted chicken-colored glasses, because all we could think about was food. Yo, check out this AMX ELC on my right. It looks like he got squashed.
Oh,
Look at him.
he looks like the end piece of bread.
The heel of
It's
tank.
always depressing when you pull up the loaf of bread in the bag, but it only has like the end pieces left, and you're just like, damn, why do you exist?
No. It's called the heel meal. Stop.
Fucking excuse you.
As Goose
Given
says,
your-
I literally live in poverty. I don't even eat that trash.
I know for a fact, given your family badge, that you've not had a sugar sandwich.
Please tell me you have.
Have you ever had Frosted Flakes with water?
Oh, Jesus.
Yes.
That sounds awful.
Yes, I have.
Why? Why not just eat the fucking Frosted Flakes dry?
I didn't know any better, dude. Yeah, I like I told you, there were certain times, dude, my family didn't have that much food, and I remember one time during winter, we literally were so out of food that we were cooking shit on top of a kerosene heater. And I remembered my dad, we were literally down, I think it was like 10 cans of Spam. And it was still snowing outside.
Ooh.
And my dad literally got a pan out of the cabinet, came over, fried it up, and then he's like, you, how you want it, son? You want it dead, or do you want it dead, or do you want still got some juice in it? And I'm like, I don't know, Dad, whichever's easier. He's like, juice it is. And as soon as he was done with that, he'd let the pan cool down. He'd go outside, grab some snow, put it in there, get a little bit of dish soap, and then scrub it out, and he'd use it again tomorrow. That's just how we had to do it, man. Because keep in mind, I didn't just live anywhere, dude. I lived back in the sticks in the mountains.
Yeah.
I used to live, like, literally. Y'all want to talk about trailer trash? I grew up in a trailer. I was like my first 8 to 10 years in this world was spent in a trailer. They knocked the wheels off of it and they put cinder blocks around the bottom of it. But hey, you can take the wheels off the trailer, but you can't take the trash out the trailer park. And honestly, that's just how it was, man. I mean, we lived like that. We lived back there in the sticks. I'd hear gunshots going off all the time. There'd be guys going around in their 4x4s trying to sell you deer meat out the back of it. They'd pull up with coolers and they'll be like, hey, you want some meat, man? Got some right here. $5. And my dad would buy some. My dad would buy some off of them because venison's good meat. And me and my dad went hunting every year. Whatever we got, we slaughtered and we'd use it and we'd put it in the deep freeze and we'd use that throughout the year. Dude, I remember having deer burgers from like a deer we killed 6 months earlier, and I remember my uncle who lived up the way, Uncle Norse, he had a ground beef, he had a meat grinder. He ground up the deer patties for us, and we made deer burger patties, and we enjoyed the shit out of it. It's good stuff. Deer is good meat.
Way better than Frosted Flakes with water.
Ain't that the truth? But I remember that, dude. I was 6 or 7 years old, and I looked. We were out of milk, and I'm like, I got this bowl of Frosted Flakes. Take it up to the sink. Get a spoon. I take one bite into it, and immediately I'm just like, it just, everything tasted wrong. It tasted terrible.
Yep.
Ugh. But I stomached through it, dude. You got to. Because according to my dad, we don't waste food in this house. And we didn't. Oh, gosh. I remember moving out of the sticks and actually moving into town. It was like night and day. I actually could walk. I actually could walk over to a friend's house and not have to have my mom drive me there. I could walk. I actually took a scamper through the woods, and I was just like, wow, I'm actually at a friend's house. How you doing, Andrew? Andrew was rich. Andrew had all the toys. Sorry.
Still in the middle of a video, by the way.
Sorry.
You're gonna make me miss my target if you keep saying shit like that. Gross, please tell me there's more than 2 ingredients in a sugar sandwich.
No.
Is there
No.
at least butter?
No.
Butter implies money. It's literally sugar on top of white bread.
Hey, yo, Kraus.
We're already
That's
dead.
the whitest
right? All
thing
of us
ever.
Are dead?
Yeah,
Just nice. Probably because
I'm
all of our
literally-
I don't even feel like that would
sugar
work.
sandwiches and heal meals.
A losing streak led us to beef up our tank choices, and the SU-100Y was a logical place to start because that thing is built like a bunker.
T-34?
I nailed him. He's down. He's down.
Wet. Get shit on. Wet.
My boy Heavenly, why the fuck you built like Kingpin from Spider-Verse?
Built like 2 fridges roped together. All shoulder, no neck, bro. Jello, how the fuck you built like and 1 basketball shorts?
I own a few. I own a
Such
few
a
in one
vivid
basketball
image
shorts.
of my mind, given like high school and junior high PE. I know exactly what that energy is.
Big blue. I'm sorry,
Like,
I just had to hit
I know
you with
nobody's
that.
gonna get describing a tank as built like basketball shorts from 2006, but I totally get it.
It's legit.
See, all it took was the SU-100Y, and that just wins you the game. All that and a Cheeto against an SPG is all you need.
And since it had been a while since I'd used artillery, I wanted to give it a shot, because Heavenly and Jello crushed their W keys into the enemies so hard they were at least useful for spotting targets.
The big chunky boy over here, well, wait till I zoom in. I'm gonna hit the Hellcat. Here, watch.
Damn!
Good shit. Wet. Boom. Wet. Good shot, Badge.
Icy from the 3-point line.
I guess you could say you sent the Hellcat.
She was like, hold on, let me wait
Hell.
Now watch this drive.
But it wasn't always perfect, because for every time that I was straight wet, there were 5 other times where I would miss a shot that another artillery ally would hit a few seconds later, almost like I was getting owned in horse.
It's coming down, fellas. Come on, buddy. Yes, 229. He's gonna go down.
Wait.
Nah, in 5 seconds, this guy's about to get smashed on. All right, you ready?
All right.
Oh, fuck. No, somebody else got him in like the same spot. Damn it.
Rick.
When you hit a brick and
Rick.
the same dude pulls up and it's just ice. Just straight ice.
I'm about to take Badger's money when we play horse, bro.
Fucking laughter stops.
Because I'm really about to take your money. You thought I was kidding. I'm letting everybody know we playing horse tomorrow.
After Heavenly learned how to upgrade the reload on his tank,
I lubed up my tank with butter when you weren't looking.
and after Jello learned what a reload timer is,
Jello, reload! Wet rack! Oh my god! You got him!
Reload!
We finally swapped to the German Tier 5 tank destroyer, the Stug 3, or the Stug 3. At least I assume that's how you pronounce it correctly. Go Stug, go Stug.
Bro, my Stuggy hurt.
My Stuggy hurt.
My Stuggy.
I, a.k.a. Stuggy.
My boy Lil Stug. Yo, the guy in the chat. Our
Young Stug.
Heavenly on artillery was the final piece of the puzzle because with Jello and I constantly engaging and keeping targets spotted, he was hitting buckets in more ways than one.
I need help on the right flank with that Panzer, the Panzer 3, Panzer 4.
Get him to scoot a little bit to the right and I'll push him.
No. He's no.
Oh my God!
Nice
no
shot.
Way! No way!
Nice shot, Hev.
Wow!
Without cover is without victory, brother.
Wet.
Yeet.
This Stug hits so hard. I don't think it's supposed to hit this hard, but it. Oh.
That shit
You
was
see this 267?
Yes! 179. Wow! Number 2?
Good shot.
Oh my. That T50 is done too. What a steamroll. They only have an Artie left. I'm going to find him too. Oh, I see him. You better launch one, Heavenly. You better launch one right now.
Hold on, we getting the beads up. We getting the beads.
All right, I soften him up. Send him. Send him.
No!
Oh, baby! No way!
57 that bounced. No.
He has just broken his
What'd you
headset
break?
and broken into his drywall. We're gonna need an entire maintenance. Like the phrase, "You come at me, you best not miss." We didn't miss once.
Oh, I see why you play artillery. That shit is great.
We just got.
Bucket. Bucket.
Bucket.
Oh, bro, I had to pull out my protractor for those.
Yeah, we got a bogey in C7, and then just you had a bogey in C7.
Y'all hear something?
To realize that wet rack had nothing to do with reloading and everything to do with the safety of your ammunition.
Wet ammo rack class 1.
Wet, yeah, wet.
So I
ammo
was wrong. It doesn't make you reload or rack rounds faster. It just gives you 50% increase in ammo rack durability.
What does that mean?
Your ammo rack, so it doesn't explode. But you know what? We really didn't care, given how many games we were winning with fun coming out of our eyeballs. We won Himmelsdorf? What the fuck? God damn, we are unstoppable. Straight up unstoppable.
Bro, artillery is like my thing. I had no idea I would have that much fun playing a point-and-click adventure game.
Straight up party. And that is about it. Thanks so much for, watching my video. Thank you to Wargaming for sponsoring this video. So don't forget that you can play World of Tanks for free, as in $0 via the link below. And be sure to tune in next time when Grouse shows us how to make a goddamn sugar sandwich.
So, yeah. Mac and cheese. Yep, mac and cheese. That's another thing I used to eat a lot of when I was a kid. Also,
Yeah.
there's also another thing I used to eat a lot when I was a kid. A little something called chocolate milk and toast.
Nothing wrong with that, I guess.
Well, it's just me dipping toast in chocolate milk. And
Oh, you dipped the toast in it?
Yeah.
Weird.
I know, right? That's just what I did, man. I
would just eat the toast and then drink the milk. Much like I would just eat the Frosted Flakes and then drink the water.
I'm a mixer, dude. That's what I do. That's how I
Ain't
do
nobody
shit.
got time to do these separately. We're putting them together and we're going.
I got time. I ain't got nothing but time. So yeah,
the thing people always say that's weird that I like is cornbread and milk, but like,
ain't nothing wrong with cornbread and milk.
that's what I said.
You like what
Like
you like.
my bro Chance is like, dude, that's disgusting. That's like soggy bread, and I'm just like, dude, it's fucking delicious.
There's actually a type of bread that my my grandma used to make, it was perfect with cocoa gravy. She would make cocoa gravy, and this bread. It was
I don't know if I ever had cocoa gravy.
Never?
I don't know.
Dude, it is delicious. My mom actually got the recipe from my grandma or my great grandma before she passed away. And I'll have to make some for you sometime. And then I'll have to make some of that bread. I forget exactly what it's called, but it how it is. It's it's almost like cornbread, except you cut it. You can cut it up into slices like a pizza, and you actually like crumble it out, and you pour the chocolate gravy on it, and you eat it. It's sort of like a gigantic biscuit that actually is very soft and very easy to chew. Whereas certain biscuits, you gotta kind of rip through the outer layer.
Yeah.
Which, yeah.
The best bread that I've ever had is Chance's girlfriend makes this monkey bread.
Monkey?
Yeah, it's always like pull apart cinnamon bread, but each of the pull apart cinnamon pieces is stuffed with like cream cheese and chocolate and stuff.
Well,
it's fucking delicious.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, I'm really hoping she makes that for our coming up Christmas party.
Oh, all right.
I didn't eat a whole lot of anything for Thanksgiving, so I will definitely like fuck up some of that monkey bread if she makes it again.
My sister makes a punch bowl cake. You ever had a punch bowl cake?
I don't think so.
It's literally a gigantic punch bowl. It's one layer cake, one layer of like cream, one layer of like pudding and like whipped cream and stuff like that. Another layer of cake and pudding that has a Butterfinger in it and all that. And literally the deeper you go, the more you get, and it's just like, oh, so good. It's really it's not too rich either. That's one thing I was worried about. It was going to be too rich, where it was just so much cake and so much like delicious gooey oozy gooiness. But yeah,
sounds interesting.
Oh yeah, I'll have to get her to make one time for Christmas. So yeah, World of Tanks, man. I mean, it's free to play, so might play it. Don't know. I mean, a lot of people say, "Oh, it's too too bogged down by microtransactions and all that." May very well be, but
oh yeah, I don't know about a sugar sandwich, by the way, but if you just get some pieces of white bread and just put some butter on them, and then just sprinkle some cinnamon sugar over them, and put your oven on broil and put them in the top rack, and just wash them until they brown up, and get cinnamon toast.
Yeah,
pretty delicious.
Cinnamon toast, yeah, I remember that. You ever had Hagelslag?
No, that sounds horrible, just from the name of it.
Well, it's a Dutch thing. What they do is they get a regular piece of white bread, they spread butter on it, and then depending on the person, they get sprinkles, and they put sprinkles on it, like chocolate sprinkles or rainbow sprinkles. Whatever you want, and then you eat it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it's. I've had it a few times, and it's not bad. It's different. It's very different from, what I'm used to.
I'm not really a big fan of sprinkles. It doesn't really sound super awesome to me.
Well,
doesn't
I like
sound
sprinkles.
like they do a whole lot.
I like sprinkles. I like sprinkles pretty good. There was actually a thing at Baskin Robbins I always got. It was one half cookies and cream, and the other was a Belgian chocolate. And I'd put them together, and I'd have them put rainbow sprinkles all over it. But they made a mistake one time, or they made a mistake at one point. Rainbow sprinkles are just like the regular sprinkles. They started adding in these very crunchy and very chalky, like little mini shapes. There's like trees and like shoes and boots and stuff like that, and it ruined that for me. So pretty much after that, I'm just like, can I just get chocolate sprinkles on it? And like, you usually get rainbow sprinkles. I'm just like, yeah, I know. Just give me the chocolate sprinkles. And
but y'all done fucked up the rainbow sprinkles.
Yeah, y'all messed up the rainbow sprinkles. I liked them the way you had them. And it's like, well, we got these because we thought people would like them better. I've had people stop. If I had gone back as an adult, I'd just been like, Have people stopped ordering the rainbow sprinkles? Well, yeah, but we thought that it's not working. Change it back. But yeah, that's...
It's like some people put like sprinkles on like their sugar cookies and shit, and it's like if anybody asked me if I wanted sprinkles on my sugar cookie, I'd be like, hell no, don't ruin my fucking sugar cookies with that. Leave that shit off of there.
Fair enough.
Fucking up the texture of a delicious poofy cloud sugar cookie.
Well, God, this was once again, ladies and gentlemen, this was a tactical fried chicken World of Tanks by RussianBadger. And if y'all want to see more from Badger, there's a link in the description down below that'll take you to Badger's channel. And also, feel free to support Badger with t-shirts and everything. In our last RussianBadger video we did, Nick wore a RussianBadger t-shirt, which I need to order one as well. Although I will say this, Badger, your shirts, I can order a double XL, but I'm afraid it'll be too tight on me. I really wish they had like shirts for chunky boys, like triple XL and up. But anyway, that's a whole other thing for another time. But anyway, everybody, once again, thank you all for tuning in and signing off. I'm Nate.
I'm Nick.
And we will see you all in the next one. Peace out.